starting the. Just a second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Where do we stay at? Like what we were saying?
Okay, well, why don't you give me an overview, an introduction to your project?
Overview. Okay. We will just look through the local newspapers during the times of
Mm-hmm.
Great Depression, and we will try to analyze them socially and economically. Like uh,
Mm-hmm.
when we see an news a new about exports or imports, uh,
Mm-hmm.
write them down to a Word documentary, and uh, so like that we do analyze them, and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
the whole point of the project. Like and after that, we're thinking to um, make sure that everybody knows our project. So if we want to make a website about this or do some what is the name for that questionnaire,
Mm-hmm.
like a survey to for high school students, and uh, like
Yeah.
what do you know about Great Depression, or have you ever heard of it? If you did, what do you know? Like we will ask some questions to them, and so nothing else, I guess.
Yeah. And by the way, you could also have a question in there. How were the effects of the Great Depression different from what we're seeing in kind of the global economic problems we're facing today?
Um, but the
That
survey,
could be down the line toward the end of your questionnaire.
yeah, the it's important to compare some things like nowadays economic crisis and the Great Depression. They're both
Right. Mm-hmm.
nowadays we don't really have some kind of crisis. At least we kind of do have in Turkey. Economics is not really great in here, but um,
Well, it's a global transformation going on.
yeah, yeah, you can
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Um, so you say we can do a little comparing, right?
Yeah. I mean, that might, that might be for your questionnaire. I don't know if it's so is this part of a competition then?
Yes, yes, that's a research competition organized by a Turkish state um,
Mm-hmm.
thing. I can't say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So they wants us to make a research about some subjects like history, chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
We are going on with history right now, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, I know that Great Depression is mostly about the economics, but it also has some kind of history parts. So
It's
there
very
are.
important for history and politics and society and
By the way, are you an economist or an history professor? I don't know that really. Sorry, but
mm-hmm.
like
Well, I do political sociology,
great.
do it in
That's
historical
way too better.
perspective. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's way too better for us. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going on with history. It has a really great effect in history. You can, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
generally.
what are your steps now? So, what steps do you have to take and how would you like me to, help out?
Our steps. Okay. So we just collected some data from online libraries,
Mm-hmm.
through some newspapers. We just uh, catch some news about like economics. As I said,
Mm-hmm.
there are there's a little less information about depression on newspapers,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. But we just collected some data, we just started to analyze them, and we can just like to have a little conversation, let's say. Uh,
Okay.
we will just make our
Hmm.
uh, knowledge better about depression. So you
Yeah.
can tell us something about depression to us, and that
Yeah.
will
When you
help
start to write something, just preliminary writing,
us.
you can send that to me and I can make comments. I mean, that's a good way to go. That's the way we often work
Hmm.
among professors and all of that too,
Yeah,
get feedback. And that's, a very, productive way to go.
yeah, that would be great. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will send you the analysis. Did I get it correct?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I can give you, comments,
Okay.
try to help it. And that'll make it more material, more concrete for me, and for all of us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you. Um, yeah, that would be great. Um, uh,
Okay, I would think that's the key thing to do.
yeah.
Once you've got some data
Mhm,
and when you send me what you've begun to write, just include the data in whatever kind of form. Doesn't
mhm.
have to be anything fancy, so I can see what you're working with, and then we can go from there. And I can catch up. What's interesting about this and ironic is that long ago when I was working on these projects on Mexico, doing all these publications, the next step I wanted to do was a comparison of Mexico in the 1920s to Turkey in the 1920s, Ataturk and all of that. And
Really?
then I changed from one university to here, and I got involved in other sorts of things, and that never happened. And then a few years ago, before COVID, someone from Turkey contacted me and the same sort of thing. So my publication said, it would be great if we could do this. And then I think some politics were changing in Turkey. I didn't want to get her in trouble. And then there was COVID and all of this. So this is ironic. And I see there's a talk next week at my university, someone from Turkey on
Oh,
how Turkey is an intermediary between Europe and the Middle East and the geopolitics and all of that. So it's very interesting.
yeah, that's totally interesting. That's sort of a destiny, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, exactly. Destiny. That's how they go. Okay, so that's good. So I think, whenever it is that you have draft, just and don't worry about it being fancy or anything like that.
Huh?
Just get it out and send it to me and I can comment and
Okay.
we can go from there.
We are doing the analysis in Turkish, but maybe I can translate them in DeepL or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, you can, even if the translations are rough,
Yeah,
we can I mean that's as long as it's kind of good enough, I can broadly understand we can go from there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
that would be.
can translate the analysis and send them to you. Maybe you can send some feedbacks, and that will be really great for us to make a like a um some scientific background for our project.
Hmm.
A
Yeah,
professor made a feedback about our project. That's really great for us.
yeah, yeah. And I can be, reviewing kind of theoretical perspectives on the Great Depression and
Huh?
they could help you out. And it'll be important to know for these towns and for Turkey, are these newspapers from all over Turkey or are they just in your area or
Yeah, we're actually kind of confused about that part. We
okay.
started working this project as a like when you say local newspapers, we thought that some cities, like
Hmm.
especially agricultural cities, like
Yeah.
their basic income, it has to be agriculture because like 70% of the
Sure.
Turkish public used to work on some
Of
agriculture
course.
thing back in that days. So
Yes.
we chose some agriculture cities like the city we're belonging in Afyon is
Mm-hmm.
also an agriculture city that
Mm-hmm.
there's opium and yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
income thing and like other corps, maybe I can say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
Uh,
good.
We chose them. We chose some cities, and we will just analyze that newspapers because there is a reason for that. The other big newspapers, like in the big cities,
Yeah.
Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, they're big cities in Turkey. They are already done in the literature. So
Okay. Okay. I see. Okay.
I don't think that would be really creative to do that. So
Okay.
we
Sure.
try to do
Sure.
some local thing.
That would, yeah, that makes sense. That would be good.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's how we can proceed. Okay.
yeah,
And we can go from there. So I'll be happy to, work with you on this.
yeah.
When is all of this work finally due?
So
When
it's
does it have to
due
be
to
completed?
12th of December, but we have to do like before 2 weeks before 12th of December. So we can just start to write down the paper and
Okay.
the report. So we will send you in like 1 month or something like that, I guess.
I'll be here. So whenever you send it to me, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, send me in writing the town the name of the town where you're from so I can look on a map and I will
What?
understand. Send me, email me the name of the town where you live
Huh?
so I understand it
If,
better and can look on a map to see where you are.
I can write it in chat right now. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fine. Uh-huh.
Young, yeah, you
Okay,
can just
okay,
search it on Google and just look
okay,
through
great.
some
Okay, great.
data. Maybe it's basically the based on agriculture, as I've said. We don't
Mm-hmm,
really have some big factories like the other industrial things. It's based on agriculture back in days.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, okay. That's better for living.
Yeah.
Frankly. That's better. Let me just write this down for
Yeah.
my
Okay.
FYOMK. Which is thing. Okay, so that sounds good. So I'll be happy whenever you're ready, just send it to me and we can go from there.
Okay. Also, one thing that I like to add is, do you have something in mind maybe to how can we make people to learn about our project? Like we have some, we think of something doing like a website and a survey, but we don't have anything in mind.
You know, one thing you can do when you get, and you'll be a lot more creative than I will be about websites. Of course, you can have AI help you out. Um, uh, I could actually post it in our university.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because see, this is great. I've mentioned this to some of my friends, my colleagues' friends, and we've all thought, "Oh, this is really exciting," and my department is part of the School of International and Public Affairs at our university, and they would love this sort of thing. And then my German colleague, who's the director of our European Studies Center, would love it too. But we could do all kinds of things with that, and they love to that when we do things outside of the university and that and if it's international like that and that they would that would be fantastic. So we
Yeah.
could work, yeah, we could work with that. So and we could do all kinds of things to get it around, yeah. And we can
That's
use the department, everything Instagram to, all the other people know how to use
Well,
the different media to get it out.
our advisor teacher says that Instagram is not relevant right now, but maybe we can use
Yeah,
it.
I mean, there are all kinds of ways.
So we
But
can,
I mean, the main thing is we can, eventually when you have a finished product and you're happy with it and all of that,
huh?
and it's whenever it's appropriate, according to the competition and all that, we can yeah, we can do all kinds of things with it, work with you on that to, promote it, publicize it. That
Yeah,
would be
maybe
it.
we can publish in English, maybe.
Yeah, we can work, yeah, we can work on that. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so
We
much.
can
I'm
do it.
really happy to hear that.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, they love, the heads of the dean, the deans or the heads and all, they love that sort of thing. They
Yeah,
would
that's
love all
great.
that. Yeah. Yeah. And even here, we try to reach out into high schools. I supervise a course, actually interesting right now. It's in a very Jewish Zionist
Oh,
affluent high school. But it's a regular sociology course. It's not being censored in any real kind of way. I'm sure the instructor's not even Jewish, and there's certain limits, but it's basically they want a real college course.
okay.
So, we do those sorts of things to public high schools, and this is, of course, private religious and all that. But yeah, that would be great to do.
Yeah, maybe we can also send the survey to you to do them on Haskell's, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, we can think creatively about all the possibilities. And I
Okay.
can ask people here who might be more creative than I am too about things we
Yeah,
can do.
yeah, okay. If you think of something new, you can keep us posted.
Yeah, and I'll ask my son's in Germany. I mean, he's a scientist. He does ecology and climate change and all, but he's got creative ideas, so I can ask, there are all kinds of people I can ask who
Yeah, good for
know
him.
more than I do about the possibilities.
Okay, that's great, actually.
That's great. Okay, so I look forward to, whenever you have something for me, and we'll push ahead.
Okay, thank you so much for your
Okay,
effort.
thank you. Take care, all of you.
See you.
Thank
Okay, we'll
you.
be in touch.
Good evening.
Okay, stay safe. Okay, bye.
Bye. Na, hayırdır? Bu kaydın durdurayım.